Hello everyone, my name is Mama Bunny, and I'm so happy to see you here back at the burrow. And to all of our new friends, hello, it's so nice to meet you. How was your day? I hope it went well, and now that you're here, my day's gotten even better. Last time, I promised to read the rest of the book next time, and well, next time is here. So tonight, I'll be finishing reading Frog and Toad all year. Our first story is called Ice Cream. One hot summer day, Frog and Toad sat by the pond. "I wish we had some sweet, cold ice cream," said Frog. "What a good idea," said Toad. "Wait right here, Frog. I'll be back soon." Toad went to the store. He bought 2 big ice cream cones. Toad licked one of the cones. "Frog likes chocolate best," said Toad, "and so do I." Toad walked along the path. A large, soft drop of chocolate ice cream slipped down his arm. "This ice cream is melting in the sun," said Toad. Toad walked faster. Many drops of melting ice cream flew through the air. They fell down on Toad's head. "I must hurry back to Frog," he cried. More and more of the ice cream was melting. It dripped down on Toad's jacket. It splattered on his pants and on his feet. "Where is the path?" cried Toad. "I cannot see." Frog sat by the pond, waiting for Toad. A mouse ran by. "I just saw something awful," cried the mouse. "It was big and brown." "Something covered with sticks and leaves is moving this way," cried a squirrel. "Here comes a thing with horns," shouted a bunny. "Run for your life." "What can it be?" asked Frog. Frog hid behind a rock. He saw the thing coming. It was big and brown. It was covered with sticks and leaves. It had 2 horns. "Frog," cried the thing, "where are you?" "Good heavens," said Frog. "That thing is Toad." Toad fell into the pond. He sank to the bottom and came up again. "Drat," said Toad. "All of our sweet, cold ice creams have washed away." "Never mind," said Frog. "I know what we can do." Frog and Toad quickly ran back to the store. Then they sat in the shade of a large tree and ate their chocolate ice cream cones together. Chocolate ice cream is nice, but sometimes I prefer strawberry. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Oh, that sounds delicious too. Our next story is called The Surprise. It was October. The leaves had fallen off the trees. They were lying on the ground. "I will go to Toad's house," said Frog. "I will rake all the leaves that have fallen on his lawn. Toad will be surprised." Frog took a rake out of the garden shed. Toad looked out of his window. "These messy leaves have covered everything," said Toad. He took a rake out of the closet. "I will run over to Frog's house. I will rake all of his leaves. Frog will be very pleased." Frog ran through the woods so that Toad would not see him. Toad ran through the high grass so that Frog would not see him. Frog came to Toad's house. He looked in the window. "Good," said Frog. "Toad is out. He will never know who raked his leaves." Toad got to Frog's house. He looked in the window. "Good," said Toad. "Frog is not home. He will never guess who raked his leaves." Frog worked hard. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon Toad's lawn was clean. Frog picked up his rake and started home. Toad pushed and pulled on the rake. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon there was not a single leaf in Frog's front yard. Toad took his rake and started home. A wind came. It blew across the land. The pile of leaves that Frog had raked for Toad blew everywhere. The pile of leaves that Toad raked for Frog blew everywhere. When Frog got home, he said, "Tomorrow I'll clean up the leaves that are all blown over my lawn." How surprised Toad must be. When Toad got home, he said, "Tomorrow I'll get to work and rake all of my own leaves." How surprised Frog must be. That night, Frog and Toad were both happy when they each turned out the light and went to bed. Oh, all that hard work. But it was a very kind thing that they were doing for one another. Our last story is called Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, Toad cooked a big dinner. He decorated the tree. "Frog is late," said Toad. Toad looked at his clock. He remembered it was broken. The hands of the clock did not move. Toad opened the front door. He looked out into the night. Frog was not there. "I am worried," said Toad. "What if something terrible has happened?" said Toad. "What if Frog has fallen into a deep hole and cannot get out? I'll never see him again." Toad opened the door once more. Frog was not on the path. "What if Frog is lost in the woods?" said Toad. "What if he is cold and wet and hungry? What if Frog is being chased by a big animal with many sharp teeth? What if he is being eaten up?" cried Toad. "My friend and I will never have another Christmas together." Toad found some rope in the cellar. "I will pull Frog out of the hole with this," said Toad. Toad found a lantern in the attic. "Frog will see this light. I will show him the way out of the woods," said Toad. Toad found a frying pan in the kitchen. "I'll hit that big animal with this," said Toad. "All of his teeth will fall out." "Frog, do not worry," cried Toad. "I'm coming to help you." Toad ran out of his house, and there was Frog. "Hello, Toad," he said. "I'm very sorry to be late. I was wrapping your present." "You are not at the bottom of a hole?" asked Toad. "No," said Frog. "You're not lost in the woods?" asked Toad. "No," said Frog. "You're not being eaten by an animal?" asked Toad. "No," said Frog. "Not at all." "Oh, Frog, said Toad. I'm so glad to be spending Christmas with you. Toad opened his present from Frog. It was a beautiful new clock. The two friends sat by the fire. The hands of the clock moved to show the hours of a Merry Christmas Eve. The end. Oh, what a very silly Toad indeed. He has a very big imagination, doesn't he? And Frog, what a very nice gift to give a friend. Why, that's the loveliest clock I've ever seen. Oh goodness, look at the time. It's getting late. And we should go to sleep. So, get all snuggled up underneath your blanket. Hold your favorite stuffy tight, 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 so they know they are loved. Oh, and dream some wonderful dreams. And while you're having some wonderful dreams, I'll get a story for next time. How does that sound? Well then, always remember, Mama Bunny loves you very, very much. Good night.